All right, and away we go. So we have a bit of a show match, grudge match, however you want to call it, between Buttwe1ser and Darth Masala. And this was a game. The other day they were talking a little bit, back and forth, and Buttwe1ser doesn't back down from a challenge. So I watched this game live, and I thought that there was a lot of good things that Buttwe1ser did. I thought that there was a lot of not so good things that Buttwe1ser did, and I want to show sort of what I saw live and kind of look back and review the game a bit and just see what's happening here. So I want to focus mostly on Buttwe1ser. Darth Masala is playing as the Ethiopians, which on paper would not be a good match against the Wu, which is what Buttwe1ser is, because Ethiopians' main bonus is their archer attack 18% faster, right? So they just have really good archers. They want to go into archers. Going into archers is like what they do 99.9% of the time. So Buttwe1ser is playing as the Wu. Now, what do the Wu have? They have, I would say, two kind of awesome bonuses. One is their military buildings give you 65 food, and their docks, but they're not going to be docks playing on Arabia. It's pretty awesome because you get this really nice little spike as soon as you get to like feudal age, because you're building your barracks. Maybe you're building another building. You can build 2 barracks, so you're getting extra food. In addition to that, their infantry regenerates HP. And in addition to that, their John Swordsman is one of their unique units, not out of their castle, it's out of their barracks, and you can make them in Castle Age, and you can just spam them in Castle Age. So I think that they have really amazing bonuses, just like a lot of the newer Three Kingdom civs, like the Shu, the Wei, the Wu, the Khitans, the Churchins. They're all really, really good civs. And they're all uniquely good civs in their own way, right? So, what you do want to be with the Wu, I think you want to be aggressive with infantry, right? Because their infantry gets their bonuses. And you're going up against the Ethiopians. In my opinion, you want to get to Castle Age, and you want to do what you can do. You get to Castle Age, get the John Swordsman out, and just go attack. You can put like 10 of them under a town center, and they just destroy the town center, and they don't take a lot of damage. Like, they're really good at units. But you have to get the Castle Age first. And on Arabia, usually you don't want a fast castle. If you fast castle, you're leaving yourself very exposed in feudal age. But so far, Buttwe1ser playing very, very well. Buttwe1ser's not 1370. I'm not sure why I have that up there. He's like 12 something. Let me look it up real quick. Oh no, he's pretty close. 1306. Okay. I think he has another account too. I always forget names. I'm living 1370. I think that he actually is 1370 somewhere on an account. All right, so Buttwe1ser is doing a pretty good job of scouting. There are some sheep over here, or some deer, I mean, that he has found. This is his actual view here. So he scouted these. So does he push them in? I would recommend pushing in at least one. In all builds, if it's not too difficult. On Arabia, sometimes they can be really far out. I abhor pushing deer. I find it to be just a waste of time. But, it's one of those necessary things because you have a lot of food here. So I would say push 1 or 2 deer. I guarantee Masala has been pushing deer, and we can watch him do it. They both got loom. And Masala's about to click up. He's making one more villager. Buttwe1ser is behind one villager. And that's just idle TC. 23 seconds versus 7 seconds. And this is how you push deer. If you want to see how to push deer, just watch someone push deer. They've made it easier. It used to be really more annoying than it is. Masala, I don't like what he's doing here with all these villagers on the straggler trees. I think he was just waiting for this deer to come in, but But I think you're much better off just building a second lumber camp and sending these to this lumber camp. Like, just have all these on another lumber camp in the back. You get more wood at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, who doesn't want more wood? If you're gonna have, Buttwe1ser, if you're gonna have this many villagers on berries, actually have this one tile away. It's a little bit better. If you're only gonna have like 2 to 4, put it right next to it. But if you're gonna have more than that, you want to have it one tile away. This is something I've learned actually by casting and talking to people about it. So Buttwe1ser is on the way up, has 2 on stone, has their militia out. The militia could have been a little bit faster, but I don't think that's like the end of the world. And we have an archery range coming up for Masala. So I see that as Buttwe1ser. I'm thinking, okay, I got to get to Castle Age as fast as possible. I don't need to do a ton of damage in Feudal. I want to get to Castle Age. And 2 double archery range is coming up. Now behind this, a little bit of idle TC for Buttwe1ser here. That hurts. That really hurts. So later in the game, when you're like down villagers, you just look at your idle TC time, and that's it. Just you have to spam click idle TC. And this is honestly where like having a specific build order, which I think Buttwe1ser has, can be pretty important. But this is not terrible timing here, trying to get in. And there's a hole here. This is actually a big mess up from Masala. But that's what you want to do. You want to put pressure on these guys. And then you want to see if you can get any damage. Alright, so no villager kills yet. One of these should at least die, though. Archers are out. And we got 1 villager kill. And only 1 of these man-at-arms died. And this scout is actually going in for a fight here. But Buttwe1ser, you see what, like, this attack was really good? Not because of the vill kill. Look at the idle TC time for Darth Masala. Darth Masala has 1:33. He had, like 15 seconds when he went and attacked. And Buttwe1ser getting double bit axe. I like that. Still making these guys, added some skirmishers. Now you see the archers. So the skirmishers. What you want to do here is just make enough skirmishers to stop the archers from coming in and doing a lot of damage. Like, you don't need to kill these, because if you can get to the Jean Swordsman in Castle Age, you can kill all of this. Right? And skirmishers, the reason why a lot of people don't like make too many skirmishers is because they're very costly because they cost food. And so it hurts your uptime big time. But you do, in this case, I think you did the absolute right decision. You made some skirmishers. I think continuing to make them would be a big mistake. Let's see if you stop here, because 5 is more than enough to deal with this. You don't necessarily know. But your skirmishers are really on defense. I don't know why you're going forward with them. That's a big mistake right there. And this skirmisher can get picked off. Yeah, so you didn't really have any reason to bring these skirmishers forward. Also, something to consider, and I don't do this very well either, like, you're just control grouping your entire army. You're just choosing all army. That's fine. If you hit left trigger and then the D-pad, you can choose like just your archers. So then you have your scout doing other stuff. Yeah, at this point you don't want to continue skirmisher production if you don't need to. Like he's already gotten such a reaction out of you. He has 11 archers total, but he hasn't really shown you enough for you to continue to make skirmishers. Like right now you're making more skirmishers. You're good, If you need to make more, but once you have enough to kind of stop him from attacking, which you do, you're good. And this wall stinks, by the way. I mean, you could have walled just straight at here. Walling to your gold, it doesn't actually protect your gold because the archers can stand right on the outside. So this wall, I would rather you just not wall at all, to be honest. I think like your strategy, your skill set, 1 TC full aggression is the way to go, and get to Castle Age as fast as possible. And the thing about with these skirmishers moving forward is they really can't do any damage. You know, like Masala's bringing his archers over, but he really should just go for your base. Like he doesn't. These skirmishers can't kill these vills. They just don't do enough damage. Like, look at how little damage they do. The only reason to bring the skirmishers forward is if you already killed his archers. And Masala finally figured out, like, oh, I should just go forward. I don't have to worry about this. Like, he could build a tower here and just completely negate any attack. But Masala actually is just massing these archers instead of moving them forward to attack. He has a scout in your base. Now we have a blacksmith and a market trying to go up. So, I don't know if you maybe just kind of forgot, but you don't need both of these buildings because you already have the archery range. So just build one of them. Now, I mean, his archers aren't getting any value right now. So like this is exactly what you would want him to be doing, is just building a bunch of archers and not getting any damage, right? You're up onto the Vill count, 4139. You know, you wasted 175 wood or 150 wood unnecessarily. And you're still building skirmishers. You know, at this point, you want to be thinking Jean Swordsman because you're on the way up to Castle Age. Like, this is the moment where you have to be thinking, okay, Castle Age, what am I doing? And the answer is spam Jean Swordsman. Like, that's the answer. If you're the Wu and they're archers, that's the answer 100% of the time. There's really nothing else to think about. You know, wait till they counter it to do something about it. And you're at 400, you're floating 400 food right now, so right now I'd like to see a second barracks coming up. Like, instead of one of these buildings, put a second barracks up instead, or even just now put a second barracks up. There it goes, we got a second barracks. It's gonna be maybe a little bit late. You're getting the armor. Armor, I don't think you want armor first. I think you want attack first on the Jean Swordsman. Like, you want both, but I think they already have such high pierce armor and high pierce armor, right? Like, he's making archers. And he could be sitting on your wood line. Masala is not, Masala, honestly, is not playing particularly well. No offense, Masala, you're my homie. So you wanted, I don't know where this villager went. You wanted this barracks up beforehand, and now you're getting the attack upgrade. And so there you go. That's all you need. Like, you have way too many skirmishers. These skirmishers could have turned into Jean Swordsman if you just, you know, saved the res a little bit. You're gonna need more on gold, though, because Jean Swordsman, I forget what they cost. And, yeah, so you still made another skirmisher. Now the Jean Swordsmen are in the queue. Yeah, archer armor, like, you don't need archer armor. I know you have the skirmisher, so you want to use it, but like, that's why you're going to run out of resources, because you're spending it on things you don't necessarily need. What you need is a lot of Jean Swordsmen. Even if they're just unupgraded, you just need a lot of Jean Swordsmen. Upgrades, you know, are good. Get the upgrades. And squires coming in. But squires coming in, you only have 3 Jean Swordsmen. Like, you need to be spamming these Jean Swordsmen. Okay, now you have them in the queue. You only have 4. You only have 1 in queue, though. So you're getting all these upgrades before you actually have the units. Like, you need the units like, at this stage, you want the units. You want the mass. You know, this is a little premature to take this fight, because Masala's might be able to micro away, and he has a lot of archers. Like, this is exactly what you want to see him doing. This is exactly what you want to see him doing. But you need to get the army. Like, you're underestimating his amount of army, and you're Like, you're getting the bow saw, which, okay. But what you need is army. Like, there's one John Swordsman in queue, but you have 2 barracks. We need more John Swordsman. And as soon as you see crossbow come in, you get to just run and mass up your units. Because he can micro this. You know, you just need more John Swordsman. Skirmishers are fine. And now you realize to run. And he's making the switch into infantry, which he needs to do. And so you added the Siege Workshop and Rams. It's a bit premature for Rams, for sure. Like, I get the intentionality of it. But you're still up 5 villagers, you know. Maybe you don't realize it. Look at the score. Look at the score. So here's something to consider. Look at the score. He's up, right? Who has more kills? He has way more kills. So that means you're doing really well, right? Because if you can just, you know, get the kills correct, you'll be fine. Now you're going on the offensive. Don't hate it. But now the longswords are in, so... Yeah, you don't want to fight longswords with the John Swordsman for sure. And you called it. So I think calling it there, honestly, is like... The position you were in, these Rams are going to die. You lost your army. Like, you're going to die here, right? Your timing was earlier. So your timing was... Let's go back a second here. Where are we? So on the way up right here, this is where you need to be adding the barracks, getting ready to just mass up the John Swordsman. Because what you can do, if you can make, let's say between 10 and 20 of them, right? Keep the skirmishers that you have. Don't worry about all these upgrades that you're going to be going for. Mass up 10 to 20 John Swordsman. Right? You're going to hit castle before he does. Like, your timing's really, really good. You just need to take the John Swordsman and go right. You can go destroy these archery ranges. You can go and then destroy the town center. You can go to his gold that you know is there, destroy his barracks, because the infantry is going to be the counter for John Swordsman. Destroy his barracks. The only upgrade you really need is arson with the John Swordsman, right? Like, get the attack, get the armor. Attack is more important than armor, because I already have good armor, but more is better. And take this out, go right to the TC, take his TC out with 10 to 20 John Swordsman. GG, you already won the game, you know? That's got to be the plan. I think a couple of tweaks in this game, you're probably still going to lose. Masala's really good, right? He's going to make the right decisions. He's going to have the right timing. But you're up on villagers. Your eco is good. Like, you have the right units to kill what he has. He just has a lot more army. So if you make the John Swordsman a little earlier, you got it. But good game. I just wanted to show you this because I really think that sometimes, like, the way you're speaking is, you're like, oh, I couldn't have done any better. But there's just so many things you could have done better, and it's just little things, you know. Not building both these buildings. Like, the market was just a waste of 175 wood, for instance. But GG. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I want to track your progress a little bit. Like, you're very, very good. I think you can be, you know, 200-300 elo higher just by making a few tweaks, which would be awesome to see. All right, see ya.